another after Wednesday afternoon on Moments with Elevation Moments. Okay, so we get the title. I'm excited. I'm excited about being here with you again on this amazing Wednesday. It's Wednesday afternoon, lunchtime for most people in the most people to go to lunch when they're working in a public environment. So, and I know your lunch breaks are very precious and time sensitive for those of you that are working for corporate America, or even if you're working for yourself, because one of the things that I like to talk about even on today is making sure that you're meeting your own obligations as a part of what you do, right? And so today we're going to be talking about is even then, even when Wednesday, right? It's even then, even when Wednesday. And that always puts a little spark in my day. If many of you that have been following me over the last couple of years, I do kind of different things with the lives. I'm not your typical, I'm your extraordinary, I must say for myself, because I know that I'm extraordinary. So that's one of the things that I enjoy doing. I enjoy being able to give to the people what we as on our own level, right? And so, hey, Coach K, thanks for joining that mindset young lady right there, who is the owner and operator of the Journey Life Coaching business. If y'all haven't touched him, if you haven't touched base with her, go out there and go ahead and get that done, because when you're developing your mind, you need somebody who knows what they're talking about. As a fellow mindset coach, I always intrigued by those people that can go deeper in depths with it. I always refer people to Kay as far as going deeper with the mindset, because I'm a personal development coach. My thing is to bring you to another level that you haven't even looked at after you got your mind right. Now, I can also give you some tidbits on mindsetting, because that's a part of what we do. But check out Coach K Clark. I want you to hit her up on her website. Go out there and connect with her on her Facebook and all of her social media pages, because we're moving forward, and she will be a part of some of the things that we got coming up in the next few months, and you don't want to miss her at the Coaches on Parade. Look, I'm spilling all the beans right now. The Coaches on Parade coming back in 2024 is going to be a speed clarity session. So you don't want to miss that, because she'll be one of those key speakers that will be on that panel. The Coaches on Parade 2024 returns. And we will be telling you more about that in the next couple of weeks. Make sure you stay tuned to all of the other social media pages of Victoria Elevates, because we're going to move from our personal page directly over to our business pages. And so to give ourselves more exposure. See, I'm all about exposing the enemy and giving the enemy fair notice that we're coming for you to put everybody back into track. Because guess what? Elevate, not tolerate, means to rise above anything and everything that has held us down and caused us to feel inadequate. And it's done so unpleasantly. But my friends, with you and I together, we're going to be empowered, embraced, and educated to be elevated and not tolerated. Hey, Deborah, thank you so much for watching. To all of you that are watching now or will watch later, we're going to jump right into this, because it is a hot topic for me, and I want you to get the full embrace of this information on today. I want you to be able to understand where we're going to the next level. Hey, Stephanie Jefferson, thank you so much for joining us. Please go out there, care, share, and like this, so that other people can join in this conversation on today, because we're going to be talking about even then and even when Wednesday, and what we need to get back on track and how that actually operates. I also want to tell you about some events that are coming up that you can you can partake in. I know you've been saying you want to join. I know you've been saying that you're going to sign up. I know that you're going to say, oh, well, I forgot, it's the holidays and all of those wonderful things. But guess what? When you are beginning to take care of who you are, and when you're beginning to actually experience the true journey of your own life, see, this is a thing that you need to be able to invest in your own time and invest in your own self. Right? It's time. I know people say, I don't want to be selfish. I get it. Mothers, fathers, uncles, dads, grandmas, we don't want to be selfish, and we always want to help out everybody else. But this is a time in the season where we need to start tapping in and helping ourselves. We need to tap in on who we are and moving to that next level. It's not the last quarter. We talked about that yesterday. This is not the end. This is your beginning. You're going up to overtime. Everybody hashtag that. Hashtag overtime, because you are going into your overtime mode, right? No more behind the scenes, no more last quarters and all that kind of stuff. I know people say it all the time. I have said it, it's cliche-ish and all of that. But let me be real with you. Let me make you understand this really clearly. Once you get back in track, it is not the last quarter, it's the beginning of your overflow. It is beginning of where you are transitioning to. It is your next level. Never look at yourself as in the final anything. You are never in the final anything. You're not the final three. You're not the final four. It's not the end of the quarter. None of that. We want to speak positively that you have the capabilities of moving to your next level. You have the capabilities of understanding how to get back on track. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Guys, if you have not registered for the new Positive Self-Building class, I don't know what you're waiting on. Excuse me. You want to stay stuck in your own mud. I apologize. I just had a little cough there. You want to stay stuck in where you are right now, and you're not challenging yourself to move to your next level. The new Positive Self-Building class is coming up starting this Saturday. This Saturday begins the first 6 weeks of the program. You don't want to miss it. The last day to register is on November the 30th is the last early bird special price that you can go ahead and register for. I will be taking students up into the second week of class only because I'm nice. Don't get it twisted. You will have to do the extra homework if you don't register by November the 30th. But check this out. The new class is building positive relationships. And those positive relationships are regarding yourself and how you relate to other people. The positive building class is generated for you to understand what true self is. And just in case you haven't been one of my students or you haven't been to one of our workshops, self means seeing every level form. I want you to hashtag that, seeing every level form. That is what true self is. If you haven't developed a concept of understanding who you truly are, then you are not going to be able to move to that next level and see where you need to go. I'm just being real honest with you. I can't sugarcoat it because it's Wednesday. It's even then, even when Wednesday. That means where you are now is not where you're going to stay. Even what happened yesterday or even 30 seconds ago, literally about 20 minutes ago. Let me see, about maybe 10 minutes ago, my little grandson got sick everywhere. That wasn't planned. That's a part of life, right? So what do you do when you get into that area, when you get out of sync with things, right? So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get you a glass of water and join me because I want to share with you some things that are getting ready to happen. All right, that was the quickest 30 seconds you probably ever spent in your life. So as you can see, we also have the Beauty and the Beast masterclass coming up, and that's going to be on December the 16th. I need you to register for that one too, because we're going to talk about building that self-worth. So today, get your pen and paper out because we're going to make this very simplistic for you on today. We want you to move expeditiously to your next level. We want you to understand what it takes for you to get back on track after the distractions, getting back on track after you've seen some things happen, right? Getting back on track after the obstacles have come. See, that's the thing. Anything that happens that takes you off of your schedule is actual obstacles, right? Don't get upset. Don't get worried. Just get back on track. The question is, how do you deal with those obstacles, Coach? I know. Well, obstacles come, they come. The Bible says something to this effect. Trials and tribulations, we talk about those. Those things come to do what? They come to better us. They come to push us. They come to make us move to another level. Even when you begin to understand how important it is for you as individuals, we as individuals, to push to that next level, obstacles are always going to be coming. The Bible says that the good and the evil is always present. It's always something bad happening. Something always going to be trying to throw you off your track. But guess what? Your job is to stay on to stay focused and not lose everything that you have, right? It's the opportunity for you to grasp some things in the atmosphere and pull them back into place. Everybody goes through it. I don't care who you are. You can, from the president to the pauper, from the pulpit to the corner store. I say this all the time. No title keeps you from being subject to something happening. If we get to the real nitty gritty, if we be real honest about some things, we as individuals have got to stop worrying about what the other people think and what the other people say, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to try to knock you off of your pedestal. Can I be honest with you? Develop your own place, your own stage, and adapt to what you as the individual can see for yourself. The reason why the majority of us are always pushing to do what I say, people please, and not do what we want to do. See, it's because it's a mind thing that we have developed that says that we can't do unless somebody gives us permission. Can I be honest with you? The only person that really can control what you do is God. Why? Because he is the only one that has truly control over you. Right? So let's get down to the basics of it. Understanding that you can push through all of these obstacles by pushing yourself to another level. It's all about you seeing where you are right now and developing a process that's going to cause you to change the trajectory of what's happening. Yes, the Bible is correct. We will never change the Bible. I don't care who you are, you can't change it. Check this out. He knows the plans that he has for us, right? God is a God of choice. He gives us an opportunity to see what is before us and make the choices. He already knows, guys, what the plan is. All we have to do is walk in the plan. The problem that most of us have is that we're trying to oversee the plan. You are not the overseer of the major plan. God is. Let's just put that out there. What you believe, what you call him, and all of that is up to you. What I'm telling you today is I call him God. I call him Jesus. I deal with the 66 books that I know of, and I do my research to do the rest, right? So what are you saying, Coach? What am I saying is this. After the obstacle has come, what do you need to do? Ask yourself, point at your neighbor over in the corner, say, hey, neighbor, what do you do when when you are through with the obstacles that try to take you out from last week? What do you do? How do you handle it? What does it cost you, right? So many of my students that have been in my classes or in my workshops, they're getting ready to see a transition with Victoria Elevates and Elevated Not Tolerated they've never experienced. Guess what? Why? Because you can't keep doing the same thing over and not getting bigger results. This is the thing. I try to make my students understand that they are dealing with the inner person, that self, right? So when we're dealing with the inner person called self, seeing every level form, when we're dealing with that, we have to understand that there are obstacles that are going to form. There are things that's going to come in your way that you got to learn how to bounce back from. Can I be honest with you? When I went through COVID myself in 20, I got sick in 21, went back to work in late 22, During the 45 days I was on my back, there was one thing that I kept hearing in my ear, and I hope I can have her on the show, is my classmate, Kathy Horn, saying, Vic, you got to get up. Vic, you got to get up. She called me every other day and sometimes every day of a week saying, Vic, you got to get up. You cannot allow yourself to stay laying down, because she is a doctor. She is a psychologist. She knows the ropes of what keeps us sitting down, right? So this is the thing. I give acknowledgement to people that I borrow some things from. But talking to Kat every day was one thing that was very specific. Kat was she was very specific. And Vic, you can't lay there. You can't stay in the same place for too long, because that causes all that inflammation and all that stuff to happen. But one thing that I took away for that was getting up. You have to push yourself to the next level of getting up. Somebody reach out to Kathy Horn and tell Kathy that I'm talking about her. This is the thing. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but it's time for you to jump over those obstacles and get back into position. See, this is the thing. When I went through that for those 45 days, I caused myself extra harm by laying there extra longer than I should have. Are you laying in a place extra long that you don't need to be in? Could it be that you need to rise above that? Could it be that you need someone to help you set those goals and objectives to do so? I'm your girl. I'm waiting for you. But this is the thing. if you don't have the determination within inside of you, then you need to stretch forth your hands and ask somebody to take a full hold and control and pull you to that next level. Because once you are in there, you have to have someone to get you out, right? If your strength is not only if your strength is not big enough, if you think that you're not able, there's always something called a good circle of friends, which is what we're going to be talking about in the class. Building a good circle of friends. You can have friends all day long, or associates, I like to refer to them. You can have them all day long, but sometimes people will either do what? Play into your pity party, or they will give you the advice that doesn't mean a hill of beans, or 3, they'll take it that you're complaining. And none of those apply. You're looking for people in your corner that can help push you to your next level. Take you out of your zone. As I like to say, pull off your bandage and apply some alcohol to it. It's time for us to start looking at things on a different level. I'm glad you are with me on today, because it's necessary for you to understand that you are not alone in this situation. You are not alone. My friends, can I say that one more time? You are not alone in this situation. You have people that are cheering you on. Let me tell you who they are. Victoria Elevates. I keep it raw and real for one reason, because I have come to the realization that everybody thinks that everybody needs certain things, right? Everybody thinks that this is the way it should be. Can I be honest with you? There are people that are around you that have not a clue what to do with you. Oops, I'm so sorry. And it's not because they don't have good intentions. It's because they do not understand your dimension. They do not understand the level that God is taking you to. They do not understand where God has brought you from to get to your point. And it's okay that they don't. It's okay that they don't understand. And it's okay if you're tired of explaining yourself to them. This is the reason why you have to develop a very unique group of people, places, and things around you that you can contain, and you can make sure that you can modify accordingly. So let you say, Coach, what does that got to do with me getting back on track? It has a lot to do with it, because sometimes we're always talking about the same things over and over with the same people. Sometimes you got to step out on faith. Sometimes you just got to do the 3S theory, because I know everybody likes it, everybody talks about it. But let me explain to you that the 3S theory does work. When you become silence, okay, write this down, because y'all forget to do this all the time. Write this down. The 3S theory stands for silence, strategic plan for you to show up. And I like to add on that third piece, for God and you to show up. Because if he doesn't put it in you, it ain't going to happen, my friends. See, this is the thing. When you are moving to your next level, it's important that you get somewhere and be quiet. Being quiet means being quiet, y'all. Like you used to tell the kids, shh, I'm busy right now. Tell yourself, shh, I'm busy right now. Like after this afternoon, I got some things I got to take care of. I got events that's coming up. I got things I got to get ready and in place. How about you? See, some of us are still waiting by the wayside and not understanding that this is a process that we have to go through, that we need to go through, that it is empowering us to go through it, right? So get somewhere and get silent. Cut off the TV, cut off everything. I like a little music in the background, because music makes my heart beat. I've been listening to some good old fashioned gospel music that you don't do in the church no more. You don't have choirs in the church. You got praise tapes. I don't know about you. I like to have the old fashioned choirs in the choir. I don't know. But anywho, move everything that is negative out of your way, right? And this is the thing. Can I tell you about music? I was going to give you 3 points. I'm going to give you a 4th point. When you are choosing music, write this down. When you are choosing music to listen to the lyrics before you start playing it. And you say, what do you mean by that, Coach? Even the best spirituals can how can I say this without hurting people's feelings? Because I know somebody's going to text me after we get through. Check this out. There are some musics that you have to listen to the lyrics. If you went back in your day and you listened to some of the lyrics to some of the music that we love to dance to and pop, hop, and drop it with to, you have to listen to what the lyrics are saying, because some of that has that subliminal messages in there. You don't need those. Listen to the music. If it says, there's a song that I love to hear now. Maybe I'll post it later. It says this, the lyrics of it is, I'm going down to the river. Okay, and in the music, the artist is telling you where that music came from, where the lyrics came from, and what it meant. At a certain point in my day, I listen to that because I'm going down in the river, because I love to be around water and I love the beat. But you need to listen to the lyrics of the songs before you start playing them. Some lyrics of songs are for elevation. Some lyrics to songs are to remind us of where we come from, and some lyrics are just, guys, let me be real with you. Sometimes you can get depressed listening to some music, okay? As a single woman, when every time I hear the song, but I love the lyrics, it play this song during around the holidays. It says, what do the lonely do at Christmas? What do the lonely do at Christmas? Doesn't that sounds smooth, right? What do they do? What do they do at Christmas? I don't need to hear that if I'm trying to stay positive. I need to hear something really upbeat. I don't know. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Right down Santa Claus. It's the lyrics. It's not necessarily the beat that you need to have in your life if you're trying to be a positive, if you're trying to move positively in your day, right? And I know somebody's not going to like that. They don't want to hear that. They're going to say, oh, Coach Victoria is singing the circular music again. Okay, do you, boo? I'm going to do me. Check this out. So when we're talking about getting back on track, we're getting back on track. There's a couple of things that I want to give to you as tools on today, right? The first one, and I apologize for looking at my watch, but I'm on task today, baby. One of the first things, the second thing after we've gotten some good music to listen to, is to go ahead and anticipate possible obstacles to be ready for them. You have to anticipate those, that they're going to be there, right? I'm reading out my notes, guys, and I realized that my eyes ain't as strong as they used to be, so I got to put some spectacles on, as my mom and daddy used to call it. But one of the things, after you develop some music, you have to understand that you have to anticipate possible obstacles. Anticipating possibilities will give you the opportunity to have a plan B, C, D, E, F in place. And I know some of my fellow colleagues, and even some of the leaders of the churches around or whatever will say, no, Victoria, you don't need a plan B. You just need one plan. I beg to differ. I'm sorry. I can even back it up with scripture if I really want to. Good. But we're not going there. But when I tell you that you always need to anticipate the obstacles so that you'll have an A, B, and C plan available for you to move to your next level. I know that doesn't make sense, but you have always got to have a means of escape. God gives us a means of escape. Why not you start thinking about what that means of escape looks like? But the reason why we don't have it is because we don't anticipate it happening. Let me tell you something. Some of us did not anticipate getting COVID, and we weren't ready. We didn't have a plan of action in place. And sometimes that's the reason why we're falling. We didn't have a particular plan in place to see where we were going. When I tell you it is necessary, hey, Miss Carrie, thanks so much for joining. Please carry, share, and like with all of your friends and family out there. It's always a pleasure to have you in the house. See, this is the thing. When you anticipate something, you're ready to push to another level, right? I anticipate that there will be people that will watch this video. If not now, they'll watch it later. Doesn't matter to me when you watch it, as long as I'm getting it out there to the people. That's my goal. That is my objective. That is what God has purposed me and aligned me to do. When you anticipate obstacles, you have the opportunity to have a backup plan when they come. Right? Some of us don't have one. You need to get one today. You need help in finding one. Reach out to me and let's work on it. Let's do the daggone thing. Let's get it to the next level. Let's push to the next level of our day, right? Another thing that you can do when you're getting you ready for obstacles is set realistic and accomplishable goals. The reason why most of us get off track is because we didn't have a goal in mind. My goal for today is to get up and get some things done, and I don't care who is going to like it, who ain't going to like it. I ain't got time to worry about who's going to sign up and who ain't going to sign up, because guess what? What I figured out was this: those who need to be here will be here, and those that don't need to be here won't. Does it sound cold? Does it sound cold-blooded? Does it sound harsh? Well, it just might. But at the end of the day, it's cold outside. I got my sweatshirt on, my hoodie on, because guess what? I'm anticipating that there's going to be some time that I might have to walk out and give me some fresh air. I'm anticipating, I'm setting a goal that every day the anticipation has come. And the goal is this: Miss Carrie, I got to get out there and do some exercise. I got to do some walking. Like today, I have an on-call meeting with my doctor, and I know that some of the things that she gonna tell me ain't gonna be what I want to hear. I'm already anticipating, but I've already got a goal in plan, plan how I'm going to handle that, right? So when you are anticipating something, go ahead and have a backup plan in place. Set some realistic goals. One of the realistic goals I have right now is to meet my obligation to be online every day between on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 o'clock for what? Elevation moments. You have to set realistic goals. Is that realistic for me? Yes, it is. Because guess what? If I can't be here live, I'm going to be here with a video so that people still can depend on me. Consistency is key to any process that you do. Even if you can't meet a goal, be consistent enough and having a plan of action that you can tell somebody, look, Miss Carrie, I can't meet that obligation on today, but baby, I got a backup plan for you. See, this is the thing. You have to be willing to acknowledge what your weakness is, right? My weaknesses right now is I'm a one-man show. I got one person operating everything, and that would be me. I got one person that I can count on that's going to make a phone call for me. That's me. I got I'm a sole proprietor. I'm an entrepreneur. What are you working with? We talked about this yesterday. We talked about what the purpose is. At the end of the day, don't hold somebody accountable if they can't, don't hold someone hostage if they see something coming their way that they can't handle. Give a person the opportunity to be able to tell you what you can do. At the end of the day, Miss Carrie can tell you there's some things that she and I have been working on for almost 2 years now, and we are still waiting for the revelation, the manifestation of it to come. And baby, Miss Carrie is coming in 2024. Why? Because I got it written in my calendar on a certain specific day that you and I going to make something happen. Why? Because you got to have a realistic goal. The realistic goal is looking at all of your resources, pulling your resources together to see if it makes sense to you. We talked about this yesterday. What's on your team? Who's on your team? Do they know the characteristics of what the job entails? When you're setting realistic goals, that means that you have the opportunity to see things on a different level. When you're setting realistic goals, let me tell you what happens. You get it more with a purpose. You get up with a purpose. Can I be honest with you? Some of you don't have the get up and go because you haven't even sat down and asked God to give you purpose. I don't know about you. I don't know who I'm talking to, but when I woke up this morning, I woke up with a purpose-driven mind. I know there's a book out there. There's a whole series. There's a whole teaching element that churches use for their organization called purpose-driven life. I've been through the class like 3 or 4 times with different churches that I've had been associated with in the past. Right now, I'm looking at all of that material that I've gained and ask myself, did I put it in a goal-setting project? See, this is the thing. When you're trying to develop real goals, you will do what you need to do to take care of what you need to take care of. The majority of us are still dreaming. We're dreamers and not doers. We need to move to the next level. It's time for us to position ourselves, our minds, our bodies, and souls, and everything that we do, because this is not the last quarter. It is the beginning of the quarter. You need to start figuring out what your overflow is going to start looking like. Miss Carrie, my overflow for All About Music is there's going to be an overflow of people that's going to pour into you, and they're going to see where you're going with your program, and they're going to push you with the further because they see that you have realistic goals set to the side. We're getting ready to have an elevation, an elevated, not tolerated, elevation, dream board class. We're going to be able to do that now because it's important that you understand what your dreams have goals set behind them. I'm excited. I know y'all probably saying she's just rattling on. I don't know about you. I'm not rattling on. I'm setting goals for you. I got to give you some times to do some things in the time frames that I've given, right? At the end of the day, you, my friends, the next thing that you have to start looking at is accountability partners. Who are your accountability partners? We talked about this a little bit yesterday. You got to have people in place with you that can help you get to that next level. I know I got Miss Carol as an accountability partner. I know if there's a time in the season that I get off track, that girl gonna call me, text me, gonna tell me, hey, boo, what you doing? See, this is the thing. If you don't have real people in your path, let me just encourage you on today. If you don't have real people in your path that can push you, if they can't push you, then they're not for you. Miss Carrie, we got people that are connected to us that we love them, but are they really accountable? Are they holding us accountable? Are they really holding us accountable to what we need to do? Look, and at this point in the game, we need to start mapping out some things. I posted a picture last night on my 2024 calendar. Miss Carrie, I got your name on seven different days during the month because I need to hold myself accountable to some things that she and I are working on. I don't know about you. If your accountability partner can't contact you at least once a week, then I need to ask you the question, what does your accountability characteristic look like? I have just developed at 2:00 this morning, I developed an accountability job description. Boy, can I tell you, knowing what I want as an accountability partner is going to push I have accountability partners. I have two of the best women in the world as accountability partners. And I'm telling you, they don't talk to me every day. They don't talk to me every month, but boy, when they talk to me, baby, can I tell you, they ask me, who are you still talking to? Are you still talking to Miss Carrie? Are you still talking to Miss K? Are you still doing this? Have you met your obligations to this? Have you done this? If your accountability partners can't ask you specific questions that you can turn around and give answers to, my friends, my buddies, look, you need to reevaluate who your accountability partners are. Okay, I said that all real fast, and I mean what I said when I said it, right? Accountability means something. Miss Carrie is one of those people that I know I can always count on. She's going to hold me accountable. Miss Victoria, have you taken your medicine today? Miss Carrie, just so you know, I did take my medicine first thing this morning. I was done, girl, and finger stuck. I didn't mean to throw that finger up. That's the finger I used to stick. Miss Carrie, I stuck my finger. I've done my job. My accountability, Miss Carrie, is going to make sure I do that. I don't know about you. Do you have an accountability partner that you know that's going to call you and give you the $10.99 down the line? What does that mean? It means this. Sometimes you need an accountability partner that can hold you strongly accountable and not listen to your whining. You need an accountability partner that can say, I don't need you to whine. I just need you to grind. Oh, somebody catch that win. I don't need you to whine. I need you to grind. That's what an accountability partner would do. Accountability partners will allow you to whine a little bit, but they will turn around. Miss Carrie, thank you for laughing with me. They will turn around and hold you. They will say, okay, Vic, it's time for you to stop whining. You had your 5 minutes. Look. We used to get a 3-second rule when something fell on the floor. I don't know if y'all still do that. I don't do it now. But back in the day, we used to get 3-second rule. If something fell on the floor, you picked it up and you ate it, right? Guess what? I'm giving you the 3-second. I'm giving you, look, I'm so generous. I'm going to give you 5 minutes of your whining time when you call me. So I encourage you, if you're my accountability partner, you're going to give me 5 minutes of whining. And then you're going to say, okay, 5 minutes is up. Let's get to work. Let's grind. So let's get back on the grind. It's not time to whine. You have to set that. You have to set that in motion when you're the accountability partner leader. If you don't have somebody leading leading for you, I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you, you're dealing with the wrong people. I don't need you to whine. I just need you to grind. Miss Carrie, we're going to hashtag. We're going to write that on everything that we post today. I don't need you to whine. I just need you to grind. See, this is the thing. When you know your purpose, you'll get around the right people that will talk to you, not the people that will steal from you, not the people that will talk about you behind your back, but the people that will help you get to your next level. We got too many people making a lot of promises. Stop talking about stuff. Let's walk about it. Don't talk about it. Let's walk about it. That's an old cliche. Don't talk about it. Let's walk about it. Stop whining and let's start grinding. I don't know who I'm talking to on the day, or maybe the person will look at this later. Maybe somebody will pick up the YouTube channel and look at this later. But it's important for you to understand that this is time for you to get back into your lane. Stop laying by the wayside wondering about what's going to happen. Get your lazy, rusty dusters up and get back to pushing it. I don't care if you don't have a car. I don't care if you don't have a job. I don't care what you don't have. What I care about is what you do have that's going to make a difference to where you want to be. Some of us are still waiting for people to give us an okay. Baby, can I be honest with you? This ain't the amen corner. You better go to church on Sunday to get that, because you're not going to get that here. Why? Because it's time for us to understand that there's some things that we got to go through. There's some obstacles that we have to face. There's some things that are running in your back of your mind that's causing you to miss out on your opportunities. And it's because you need to be slapped back into reality that it's time to get back on your game. I'm telling you right now, it's time for us to put up some high fives. It's time for us to start realistically looking at where we are right now and where we should be going. It's time for us to understand that at any day, that at any time we can fall down. But do you know how to get back up on your grind? It is time. I don't know, Miss Carrie, that's my thing for today. It's time for us to stop whining and get to grinding. It's time for us to move to a different level. Hey, Donnie got the beats in the house. Donnie got some new music out there, y'all, and it's piping hot. When I tell you, Donnie, it's time for people to have the right people in their place that can say to you, I love you even when, even then. Baby, even then, even when. I don't care what you're going through on today. It's time for you to jump back on that horse. I ain't never been on a real horse, Donnie, but I might have to find one. It's time for you. Well, let me think about that. Anywho, let me tell you, it's time for you to understand. It's time for you to get back on that motorcycle, that horse, that cat, whatever you got to jump back on, and understand that you got some purposes in your life. There's some things that you can only do, but and sometimes you have to put some people to the side and do what you got to do. It's time for you to understand how anticipating possible obstacles is going to come. It's time for you to understand that setting accountable goals and meeting those goals are important. It's understanding that you got to find accountability partners, even if you don't talk to them, even if you don't see them, that you hold them accountable by checking on them, by sending some messages and saying, are you back on track yet? It's time to put it all together. We have been waiting too long not to understand what our true purpose is. It's time for you to understand that it's time for us to get it together. It's time to say, look at here, jelly bean, popcorn, sugar pop, boo boo, cuckoo, choo choo, and Ray Ray. It's time for you to understand it's time to put them in their place. If they're not on your team to help you win, then they got to sit on the sideline, because until you get that golden ring like the NFL and all the other sports do, baby, we don't have time for we don't have time for leeches. We don't have time for people just to suck our blood out. We don't have time for none of that. We got to get onto the place that we need to get to. We need to get to the place that God has intended for us to do. I don't care how you do it. I don't care when you do it. I just need you to get back on track and do it. Then this is the other thing. This is the last tool I'm giving to you today. It's time for you to start journaling. I know some of y'all don't like to journal. You don't like to write. You don't like to do this. You don't like to do that. You know why? Because it holds you accountable to yourself. Journaling holds you accountable to yourself. People talk about journaling now because they've heard me say it so many times that now it's getting into their head, but they don't understand the purpose. So let me break down the purpose to you. The purpose of journaling is so that you have an accountability record for yourself. Not for nobody else, but for yourself. Don't talk about it, baby. Walk about it. See, this is the thing. I write in my journals 2 and 3 times a day. Why? Because I got to hold myself accountable to what I said I'm going to accomplish. Journaling also gives me a place to vent where I ain't got to be judged by nobody. And can I just say, some folks need to stop acting like they don't know what I'm talking about. Miss Carrie, sometimes people want to jump on the bandwagon, but they don't know the price that we pay to get on this wagon. I'm here to tell you, I know what you and Donnie, some of the things you and Donnie have talked about over the years I've known you. I feel like it's like been many. But at the end of the day, when you start journaling that information and you keeping a log, it helps you gather the information that you need to transfer that to something greater. Stop wasting your time. Stop looking at other people side eye. Look at yourself on side eye. Look at yourself in the mirror. Man in the mirror. Donnie, you need to do a remix of that or something. I don't know. But at the end of the day, have you sat down and said to yourself, what did I miss last year at the same time? Because there's something that you missed last year that you should have fell through with. There's something that you got to understand about yourself. Start journaling today. I told y'all yesterday, stop talking about this is the final quarter. This is the last quarter. What you worrying about the last quarter when you ain't even attempted the first quarter? Stop worrying about this is the last quarter. It's not the last quarter. It is your overflow. It's your overtime. In a football game, Donnie, what do they do on football games? That when the two teams get to the same level and they have the same point on the board, they kick it over to overtime. Babies, let me tell you, it's time for you to kick your life back into overtime. Get back on the grind and stop the whining. It's time to see it from a different perspective. Baby, if I could tell you some things that I have been through and going through right now, you'd be like, baby, how in the world are you thinking about planning this? Because I refuse to let the whining continue. I'm going to kick that whining right in its behind and keep it moving because it's time for me to grind. My minions is waiting for me. I ain't got time for the people who are constantly regurgitating something that they have regurgitated 10 times over. For those people who don't know what regurgitating means, let me just break it down to you. That means vomiting up to the same stuff. You throwing up the same mess over and over again. Okay, go ahead, throw it up now and get to moving. Kick it to the next level. You got to move on up. As Donnie says in his song, it's time to celebrate. It's time to get to the next level. How can you celebrate if you keep gurgitating? How can you keep eating and suffering with the same thing that caused you the pain in the beginning? The same people that are nagging in your ear, the same people that keep talking in your ears, the same ones that are talking in your ears but doing nothing to help you get to the next level. I'm telling you. Donnie says the game is already won for those that step off of the bus when they winning with a winning mentality. You better tell them both things. You know how we do, bro. This at the end of the day, this is the time when we need to stop pushing, y'all. Stop dealing with people. All they got is negativity going on. Everybody going through some kind of shiz niggity. Okay, I'm trying to keep it clear. Look, Donnie and Kira, I'm trying to keep it safe for the people that can't handle it. But at the end of the day, I don't care about that. I'm not really trying to please nobody but me. At the end of the day, stop worrying about these nigjuggles. It's time for you to understand. It's time to stop people pleasing and please who's going to make the difference. You stop worrying about them jokers over there who got all they got is the same chatter every day. You know why? Let me introduce you to a little transparency that was given to me by the greater up. I gotta stop talking to people that they whine about the same thing every day. Listen, Lucy's, Larry's, whatever your significant negative person over there is, check this out. If all we are going to do is rehash the negative, baby, I can't rehash the negative, right? I put it out there what my situation is. Now I got to move on. I can't keep telling you over and over, I need a car. I can't keep, why should I have to do that when you know that I'm off of that? In order for me to get back on my track, I accept the obstacle. It's out there, right? I said this, I don't know what it is by Donnie and Carrie. I said this a couple of days ago, and I'm going to say it again. Get off of your soap operas, baby. It's time to stop worrying about the days of our lives. Guess what? The days of our lives helped you get to your tomorrow. And I'm not searching for tomorrow. I'm living on the edge of night, baby. Y'all don't know nothing about them old souls. Let me just introduce some of them to you. See, this is the thing. You got to understand that it is time for you to elevate to your next level. Stop tripping with these jokers who can't help you get to your next. If then Donnie said this a couple of months back. Donnie said, if you're not sharing what I do, then you can just share. Donnie, if they're not sharing my stuff, guess what? I got a whole events page. The people that want to share they want me to share their stuff, go to that page. Because if you're not sharing my stuff, I'm not sharing your stuff on my personal page. I share it on my events page. Why? Because I'm letting you know that I'm living on the edge of night, baby. I'm living on my edge of my own night. right? Because I'm not searching for them all. Because baby, I'm bold and beautiful. Hello, how you doing? Because some of y'all are still waiting for somebody else to push you. I'm going to elevate you, baby. I'm not going to push you, because pushing means that I got to do too much. I've got to push too hard to get you to your next level. This is the thing. I don't need you to know that I'm great. I need to understand that I'm great. Then how does that happen? By me getting off of that merry-go-round that causes us to never see the end of the rope. Can I be honest with you? Donnie, you better say it, baby. Baby. Donnie, look, baby. We're moving on up. Why? Because, hey, people are lazy. You want me to be lazy with you. I can't be lazy with you. That's the reason why I have... Oh, Jesus, let me help myself. Can I say this? Yes, I can. See, this is the reason why I refuse to quit doing what I do, baby, because it's time for you to understand that I'm elevated and not tolerated. I didn't start this for you. I started because I want to help somebody like you, baby. It's time for you to understand. Get off the whining merry-go-round. Get back and kick it up a notch. I don't know. Donnie might write a song for you. I don't know. At the end of the day, you got to understand. And then we got Raekwon who's going to wrap it out to you. I don't know. If you are full of worry, if you're tired of what you're doing, then do something daggone different. Find a life coach like me, a great one. I'm a marvelous one. And baby, I am very inexpensive compared to some of them jokers who will charge you $5,000 or $6,000 for just to see you one time and never give you nothing any different. Baby, we work it till you get it, baby. That's what we do. Because when we're elevated and not tolerated, we push it to the next level. I don't care what your profession is. I don't care what your title is. I'm telling you today, it's time for you to get back on track. It's time for you to figure out what you missed yesterday. It's time for you to stop waiting for everybody else. It's time for you to stop doing all of this stuff that pleases everybody but who it needs to please. You're the person who needs to be pleased, not somebody else. You need to understand that when you get to a place in your life that you mean more to yourself than somebody else means to you, baby, it ain't being selfish, it's being real. There are people that I would love to engulf in my world. I would love to hold them and keep patting their little heads. But baby, it is exhausting to keep on pushing people that have no desire to push for themselves. Can I say that again? Donnie, Miss Carrie, it is hard to push people that do not have a desire to push for themselves. I will push you. But baby, will I not do is do the work for you. Because at the end of the day, my job as a coach is to help you develop that personal development plan. My job as a coach is to help you see the difference of what you thought what was make-believe and what is reality. Baby, that's why I do the positive self-building courses, because I'm taking you to the root of what happened to you for you to be able to see where you got to get to now. I don't know about you. I don't know who needs this more than anybody else than me. At the end of the day, come on now. You better say so, Dottie. See, this is the thing. We're always trying to figure it out. See, I dance to my own music. Well, sometimes I dance to Dinah's though. Hold up, wait a minute. But at the end of the day, I dance to my own mental music. When you can acknowledge that you have some mental challenges, you're looking at someone who has a panic attacks. You're looking at somebody who has diagnoses out the union for certain things. But at the end of the day, guess what I don't do? I ain't gonna sit there and whine in it forever. I have my whining session. Miss Carrie, I do. I have my whining time. But at the end of the day, I'm still saying to myself, baby, you are elevated and not tolerated. You got a whole lot of people out there that are depending on you to get your butt up. Can I tell you something? Get on up. Donnie, I got to put your music back on. I don't know about y'all, but it's time for you to get up. I said this to a good friend of mine the other day. It's time for us to get up. It's time to get up. It's time for us to get up. It's time for us to understand that we have been laying dormant long enough. It's time for you to stop laying dormant and get your tail up off that couch. Get your tail off behind this computer. Today, after I talk to my doctor, I'm going to get outside and go take me a little walk. just so that I can refresh my mind and get some fresh air into these lungs. See, at the end of the day, you can't do nothing for nobody that don't want to do for themselves. Are you ready to move on up with me and Donnie? Donnie got the beat. He got the music for the goes along with it. Miss Carrie, we can do some things on Raekwon. We can do some things if we allow ourselves to be able to experience life on a different level. See, some of y'all got that soap opera mentality. Maybe I'll just do a whole series on soap operas. I don't know. Maybe I just do that whole series so that you'll understand it better. There's a whole lot of sitcoms out there that I can challenge you with. It's good times. You know what I'm saying? It's good times. And if all of the family ain't working for you, find you a new family. And this is the thing. The Jeffersons are the Jeffersons. But you don't have to be the Jeffersons. You can be whoever you are. Andy Griffith was, him and Barney Fife had a good life together. But guess what? They kept moving on up. They just moved it on up, Donnie. They just kept moving it on up. At the end of the day, you can look at all the reality shows that you want to. Love with Ray J. I don't know. Whatever it is, Love Blind. I don't care what it is. You got to live in your own reality, baby. Stop waiting for everybody else to do it for you. When I tell you, Miss Carrie, I am, you know what? And I figured out that's what makes me real to the people. I can be me all day long, crazy, tell bad jokes, tell good jokes, cuss you. Oh, wait a minute. Do I cuss people out? Yes, I do. Curse you out. Let my hair come out. Bring Victoria back around the corner. But at the end of the day, it's all about me, baby. Because whatever God has implanted in me to do, I'm going to do. What about you? Some people are still stagnant in their old ways. They believe there's only one way that you can serve God. They believe there's only one type of music that you can enjoy. They believe there's only one way. Baby, there's a whole lot of ways that you can do a whole lot of things if you put your mind to it, put your back into it, put your mind to it, put your back. Okay, let me go to another level. At the end of the day, what are you really positioning yourself for? Some of y'all need to go ahead and just turn off the lights because you don't have a capability I wanted to get on up and celebrate with Daddy. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm giving you these life support tools that you can actually apply today. But baby, if you need assistance, I'm your best freaking professional facilitator that you're ever going to get. Why? Because I believe in you transparently. I'm not going to give you the fluff because, baby, nobody gave me the fluff. Hello, how you doing? When that bill collector called, did nobody answer that call but me? So I'm not going to give you the fluff. I'm going to give you the for real. Hello, what can I say to you? It's time for you to stop being young and restless. Because you might end up in General Hospital before it's over with. Because, baby, you're not going on Hawaii 5-0. Steve McGarrett, he no longer exists in Hawaii 5-0. James Bond is my man. Because why? I'm a secret agent. Secret agent, man. Okay, y'all know nothing about that. I'm a secret agent to my own self. Can you be a secret agent to yourself? I don't know who I'm talking to, Donnie and Miss Carrie. Maybe it's just me and you guys in the party. I don't know. But guess what? That's the best party because we are real. So I can deal with real people, having real experiences, developing real plans to get better. Because, hey, baby, can I just tell you that some of you need to take a moment and have a free spirit of time to laugh. We get real with it. We get real with it. Donnie and Miss Carrie, we get real with it. We ain't got time to be playing with y'all. Why? Because even when we have our moments, and they know me, for those that are watching, these two jokers know me. When I have my moment, I can disappear, boo. Poof, be gone. Why? Because I know my limitations in dealing with the shenanigans of crazy people. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but sometimes when you are already going through, you need to be able to have some realization in your life. And that's what I give you. I give you the real, for real, for real. Because at the end of the day, baby, Victoria Elevates is here to empower you and embrace you and educate you to be elevated and not tolerated. I'm not empowering you and embracing you to stay in the same stick on mud that you've been in all this time. Some of y'all keep living in your past. Get away from your past. Tell your past bye, bye, bye. Your past is only a tool or foundation. It gives you an opportunity to rise above it every single day of your life. I don't know. What about you? I think it's time for us to get on up. Get on up. Then I can't sing it like you, but now you know I got it in my head because I can do it. I can do the beat. Hey, I can do the beat and I can do the moves. Can you? Can you make that move? Baby, right now. Make that move right now, baby. Can you be real with who you are? See, I don't have to just listen to one type of music in order for me to enjoy who I am. I don't have to. See, Donnie. You know, we your time. We up for you, Donnie, because when Donnie came out with that song, that transitioned some of us to going back in the day when we can really look at some things. So, Donnie, thank you again for that music. Thank you for the realization of that song. It's time to celebrate. Say, Miss Carrie, we the cheerleaders for Donnie. Donnie got the beats. He just don't even know. We got the tutus and everything ready just to party down. We can't wait because 2024 Donnie got the beats. It's coming to North Carolina. We're gonna tear some things up in the city, in this big old city and state. Yeah, I said it. Write it down in your book, baby. Don't miss it. But at the end of the day, it's time for you to do what you got to do. I gave you the tools. It's time for you to find the music, Rich Donnie, or either Miss Raekwon. It's time for us to do it. It's time for you to realize that you're going to come up against obstacles. You're going to have obstacles. It's a part of life. Get with it. Deal with it. Don't cry. Don't whine. Just deal with it. Obstacles is a part of life. But what you got to learn how to do is then set some accountable goals, things that you can really do. Find some accountability partners like my good friend Donnie and my good friend Carrie. Find some accountability partners that will not help you whine, but they will help you grind, baby. And then write down all of this. Put some time into journaling what you've gone through. So you got to understand. This is how we do it. Da-da, da-da. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. At the end of the day, we need you to get on track. Baby, I've said a whole lot in, Lord Jesus, have I been here that long? I said a whole lot. I hope you take it. Because guess what? I won't be back tomorrow, but I will be back on Friday for Fresh Cut Friday, baby. Fresh Cut Friday, we're going to be talking about how to break away from some things before the weekend. I don't know about you, Diana and Miss Carrie, but I sure could do it. Use a glass of. That's right. Y'all don't need to know all my secrets. But at the end of the day, Fresh Cut Friday will be back. We'll be back on this coming Friday. We're going to be talking about some things about how to get you personally prepared. If you have not registered for the Positive Self-Building class, Building Positive Relationships, I know how we need you to go out there and register. Donnie and Miss Carrie, I need 5 people just to sign up for the class. I already got a couple of people already signed up, but I need 5 more people that can sign up for the Positive Self-Building class. We meet every Saturday morning by Zoom, y'all. We ain't even got don't tell me you can't drive to Greensboro. Don't tell me you can't fly from California. Don't tell me none of that. Y'all tell them that they can get on Zoom. They can hook me up on Zoom. They can have 6 weeks of the personal time with me and your fellow classmates. So we're going to be developing. We're going to be Thanks, Donnie. Donnie is the man, y'all. Miss Donnie and Carrie are they. All I can say is I love y'all. Smooches. Check this out. This is the thing. I need people to register for the Positive Self-Building class, Building Positive Relationships. Because as we're going into 2024, I ain't talking about no last quarter bull crap, because that's bull crap. As we're walking into 2024, I need you to understand what real positive personal relationships look like. This is going from the personal to the business to out and just in general. It's just, you got to know how to do this thing right. This is me and you talking about how to build positive relationships, not just your boyfriend, girlfriend kind of situation. Because there's some of that, y'all. Look, stop telling people just who you need to be with. You don't know who I'm supposed to be with, but God. Hello, how you doing? Thank you very much. But at the End of the day, I want you to be able to maneuver into these relationships like me in a better way. Let us work together to build more positive relationships that last longer. Even if me and John Boy and Tutu break up, guess what? Me and John Boy and Tutu can still be friends. I just want to be your friend. I just want to be happy. I just want you to be happy. But in order for me to develop that kind of relationship, I got to have some tools. And baby, we got 6 weeks. That we're going to develop your tools of how you can be a positive relationship. Know why somebody's in your life. See, I know why Carrie and Donnie in my life. I know why. They fit the characteristics of the job description that I developed. Hello, how you doing? Yes, there is a job description that you will have that you can develop what you're looking for people in your life. I don't need some of the people I've had in my life. Some of the people that are in my life, they need to be at a distance in my life, not in the know, right? I'm going to teach you how to do that. The Positive Self-Building class starts on Saturday. We meet from 8:45 until 9:45. And guess what? It's an hour of truly developing some information that you can use that's going to help you get to your next. If you register by Thursday night, tomorrow night, you can take advantage of the early bird registration price. You can register all the way up into the second week of class. But after that, it's a wrap, babies. Because after that, I don't have time to go back. I'm not going backwards. I'm teaching you 6 weeks of information that's going to make you move to your next level. I need you to register. Donnie and Carrie, I'll send that information out to you. But guys, I need you to understand that it's time for you to build positive relationships. Going into 2024, you might find yourself eliminating people that don't need to be with you no more. Hello, how you doing? Or you might need to figure out what position they need to play in your life. It's all about the game, baby. Don't hurt me. Don't hate me. Love me. Don't hate me, love me. So guess what? I will see you on Friday at 12 o'clock for Fresh Cut Friday. Fresh Cut Friday will be here on Friday, December 1st. We want you to be a part of it. We want you to enjoy. But until then, I want you to always remain elevated and not tolerated. And we'll see you real soon.